Rumors are that allegedly Carlos King and Andy Cohen are at war with one another. How did all of this start? And who's actually winning? I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Carlos King and Andy Cohen are at war with one another. How did all of this start? And who's actually winning? I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more. And here it goes. Sources say that it looks like Carlos is ready to dethrone Andy as the new king of reality TV. Allegedly, some over at Bravo aren't too happy about the boss moves made by their former top producer. One source said, "I can only imagine that some people over at Bravo are seeing red after Carlos successfully poached one of their top housewives to lead his new installment of his highly rated Love and Marriage franchise." The source continued, "Since Andy's fading star power and actual power at Bravo, fans have been very expressive about how they want to see more meaningful and authentic content from his franchises, especially from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. After many seasons of being unsuccessful at doing so, fans, my source says, may be ready to jump ship and follow Carlos over to OWN." The source ended. Another person close to the situation said, "With the Potomac fan favorite Monique leading his new cast, things are bound to be an immediate hit." "Carlos knows what he's doing," said the source, "and he knows how to deliver what fans actually want to see." So how does Andy feel about Carlos taking his top talent? Well, sources close to Andy say that he is probably too busy rebranding his many Housewives franchises to really worry or care about Monique joining another network. And when I asked if my source really believed that, they said this: "Look, Andy probably took notice of Carlos' new business move, but knowing Andy, he would probably only use it as fuel to make his franchises, especially Real Housewives of Atlanta, even better." For now, sources say Carlos is the man to look out for. He has his finger on the pulse of black culture and isn't afraid to flex his reality TV show muscle. The source ended by saying, "I can only imagine that Bravo may be a little upset that they managed to let their top talent leave the network." Alright, kinfolk, there you have it. And as always, we're going to take this rumor, we're going to dissect it, and we're going to see which parts of it can be factual and which parts of it can be or seem embellished. And so let's just get right to it. First off, this is a big move for Carlos. I think that, he has finally found his niche. He has finally, found his stride, and he is appearing to be going the distance with his new franchise in the DMV area with Love and Marriage. And let's be honest, he is very talented at what he does. We saw how he took The Real Housewives of Atlanta and took it from, a decent show to a cultural phenomenon that other Real Housewives franchise modeled their show and cast out there. And even with a lot of Monique's flaws, he still was able to see her value on reality TV. And that's a part of his genius. He's able to bring out things in these ladies and the men as well that allows us to see into who they are as a real person, but to also get a better understanding of how they're thinking and when they react a certain way, what may have led them to react that way. It's not just, okay, you go in front of a camera and act a fool. Carlos has managed to give us a backstory, or manages to allow the women to give a backstory to who they really are and how they react to certain situations, which makes watching them even more interesting. So I think that's probably a lot of his magic. And to be honest, if I was Andy, and this has been said, Andy probably didn't want to see Monique leave the network. And according to Monique and other sources, she left on her own will because she felt the environment was just too toxic. But looking at it, I know they probably wish they could have made something work to where she could have stayed at the network. And, you know, a part of me thinks that Andy probably wishes he would have fought harder for her to stay at Bravo. But what I see, and I see the issue for Andy in his operation, is that he has this inability to separate friends from work. He's not able to separate work relationships and friend relationships successfully enough to where he can have both. And that's another part of Carlos' magic. He is, you know, able to have the respect of these ladies and the men on his reality TV show, and he's able to do that by building relationships with them, but also keeping enough distance and professionalism in their relationship to where when he has to call them out on certain things, especially on some BS they might do throughout the season, he's able to do it and not feel bad about it. And it's not like, oh, well, I'm bringing my friend to the mat, or I'm bringing my friend to the hot seat. It's more so is I'm bringing my colleague to a meeting, or I'm bringing my colleague to the table to discuss something that I didn't agree with them doing. And he also allows them to explain themselves, which makes great reality TV. I don't know if you guys watched the Love in Huntsville reunion. He did a great job at displaying exactly what I just said. You know, and I think another thing that what appears to be the issue with the Real Housewives of Atlanta is something that a lot of the ladies said that Carlos did with them. He wanted to see all of the ladies win. That's one thing all the ladies have said. No matter how they feel about Carlos, no matter how they feel about the show, they always said that Carlos seems as if he wanted all of the ladies to win. It was something that, you know, all the ladies, he wanted them to have like a side project or a side business to where they could showcase on the show, just to show a multifaceted aspect to a reality television. And I think that's something Andy doesn't do with the Real Housewives of Atlanta or any of the brands and any of the franchises. And I think that's because he simply just has too many of them, and he's not able to really sit down with them and give them that individual attention and love that they need. You know, and to wrap things up, I definitely think Andy has taken notice to Carlos, and I think he sees him as equal in this reality TV show game. When I think about top reality TV show producers, I think of Carlos, Andy, and Mona Scott Young, and those are the only three that really come to my mind in the moment. And so I do think that, you know, there may be a little competition between the two. I think ultimately they have respect for one another. But kinfolk, what I want to know is this: do you think Carlos is the new king of reality TV? Or do you think Andy still holds that crown and he's getting ready to rebrand some of their franchises and make them even better? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.